There's a kind of silence that hurts far more than any harsh word ever could. It's that hollow feeling that takes over when the person your soul recognizes as its mirror suddenly disappears, and every second without a reply feels like an eternity carved into your chest. Twin flame separation isn't just physical distance or a simple case of zero-contact twin flame, it's as if the entire universe conspires to push you face to face with the most frightening emptiness that exists, the absence of the one who carries half of your essence. You keep checking your phone, replaying old conversations in your mind, and the question that won't leave you alone is, why did he just vanish? That's when your rational mind panics, spinning 1,000 catastrophic scenarios, while something deep inside whispers a truth that feels impossible to believe. The physical pain is real, it's not exaggeration, and it's not some dramatic reaction of someone who can't handle an ordinary breakup. When it comes to twin flames, your body reacts because the connection goes far beyond emotions, it's rooted in the energetic field, in something science is still trying to understand but spirituality has known for thousands of years. It's as if every cell in you is programmed to recognize his frequency, and when that frequency pulls away, your entire system goes into alert mode. You might feel tightness in your chest, unexplained insomnia, loss of appetite, or that strange sensation of being incomplete even when surrounded by people. I remember a woman who once came to me saying she felt a sharp ache on the left side of her chest every time she thought about him, and we later discovered that, energetically, that's exactly where the twin flame connection manifests most intensely. But here's the twist that changes everything. What if I told you that this deafening silence isn't the end, but the beginning of the greatest transformation of your life? What if this distance isn't abandonment, but preparation? What I'm about to share with you isn't another shallow theory about love or some empty motivational speech telling you to move on and forget. I'm going to reveal the hidden code behind the mirror law, the signs of twin flame reunion the universe is already sending you, and most importantly, what's actually happening in his mind and heart during this period of silence. Because while you're suffering, convinced you've been forgotten, there's an energetic dance happening behind the scenes, a dance that, once understood, completely changes the way you see everything you're going through. The code, the mechanics of the chase. Most people don't realize that twin flames operate like a system of communicating vessels, like that school science experiment where two connected containers always seek balance. That's exactly how the energetic dynamic between you works. When you're in a state of panic, checking his social media compulsively, sending mental energy his way through obsessive thoughts, you're literally pushing an energetic pressure toward him. He feels it, even if he can't explain it rationally. The divine masculine returning only happens when that pressure evens out, when the system finds its natural harmony. Think of a rubber band, the more you pull on one side, the more tension you create, and the only way the other side can relieve that pressure is by pulling farther away, not out of cruelty, but out of pure energetic survival. The mirror law reveals something few spiritual mentors are willing to say this clearly: he isn't running from you, he's running from the unbalanced version of you. When you live in the mode of, I need him to be happy, when your peace depends on a message, when you wake up and the first thing you do is check whether he viewed your status, you're radiating a frequency of neediness that acts like a repellent to the divine masculine. It's like trying to hold water in open hands, the harder you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. I went through this myself years ago, when I didn't understand this mechanics and believed that showing love meant being available 24/7, constantly proving my feelings. The result? He pulled away so much that it took me months to realize that my love was being perceived as energetic confinement. Now comes the turning point that shifts everything, the exact moment you stop pushing energy toward him and pull it back into yourself, focusing on genuine self-love, he feels a vacuum. And here's the secret that quantum physics applied to love teaches us: nature abhors a vacuum, it always seeks to fill it. When you finally release, when you stop energetically chasing and start building your own wholeness, something changes in the magnetic field between you. What used to be a constant push and pull becomes an irresistible attraction, because you're no longer trying to capture his love, you've become the love he's been searching for. This is the point where the twin flame runner phase begins to dissolve naturally, because for the first time he feels he can come closer without being swallowed, that he can love without losing himself. And since we're decoding these deeper truths together, Go ahead and hit the like button so the algorithm understands this content needs to reach more people who are suffering without understanding this dynamic. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because in the next videos I'll show you practical techniques to accelerate this process consciously and in alignment with universal laws. The 5 signs the energy has shifted. Sign 1, the sudden calm, the 0 point. There's a moment on this journey that can feel even scarier than the pain of the separation itself. It's when the pain simply disappears. You wake up one day and realize you didn't check your phone compulsively, didn't stalk his social media, didn't feel that tightness in your chest. The obsession turns into a quiet certainty, and it terrifies you because your mind immediately starts screaming, "Did I stop loving him? Did I give up?" But no, my dear, you didn't stop loving him. You just reached what we call the 0 point, that state of energetic neutrality where love is no longer desperation but knowing, a deep inner sense that he is yours regardless of what the 3D reality shows at the moment. It's as if your soul signed a contract with the universe, and now it simply waits peacefully for the physical unfolding of what is already aligned in the 5D. This is the most powerful sign that reunion is near, because it means you stepped out of reaction mode and into creator mode. The law of attraction responds to the frequency you emit, not to the words you say or the affirmations you repeat mechanically. When you're in panic, you emit lack of him, and the universe, like an obedient waiter, brings you more experiences of lack. But when you reach this unexplainable peace, when you know without needing proof, you start radiating certainty of union, and the universe has no choice but to orchestrate events for the physical meeting. I once worked with a client who, after 2 painful years of separation, woke up one day and just knew. 3 weeks later, he reappeared asking to talk, saying he couldn't stay away anymore. The 0 point doesn't mean indifference, it means emotional mastery. You still love him deeply, you still feel the connection, but you're no longer held hostage by it. It's like standing on a cliff looking down at the ocean. You see the waves, you recognize their strength, but you're not being pulled under by them. This sudden calm is what ancient masters called conscious detachment, that place where you desire union but don't need it to feel whole. And paradoxically, it's exactly when you no longer need it that the person shows up, because now you're vibrating in the frequency of wholeness, not lack. Sign 2, vivid dreams and sensory telepathy. Communication between twin flames never truly stops, even when the mouth goes silent. Dreams become the portal where souls meet without the ego's barriers, without the fears of the human personality. These aren't the usual scattered, confusing dreams you normally have, they're so vivid you wake up wondering if you actually slept or traveled to another dimension. In my dreams with my flame, there were rarely words, it was pure energetic exchange through looks that said everything, hugs that felt like healing, and that unmistakable sensation of, "I'm finally home." You wake up with your heart racing, your whole body tingling, and the memory of that encounter so clear you can almost smell his presence imprinted on your aura. But the love telepathy signs go far beyond dreams, they spill into your waking reality in ways traditional science can't explain, but your body feels unmistakably. Out of nowhere, you might be calm at work when a sudden wave of deep sadness hits you without any logical reason. Half an hour later, you find out that at that exact moment he was going through something difficult. Or the opposite happens, a sudden burst of joy washes over you as you're doing something mundane, and you just know he's thinking of you with love in that instant. It's as if you share the same energetic nervous system, where his emotions leak into your field and yours into his. One follower told me she kept waking up at 3:33 a.m. every day for a week, feeling an anguish that wasn't hers. Later she learned it was the exact hour he often woke up thinking about her, fighting the urge to text. These telepathic signs intensify the closer the physical reunion gets. The universe is literally showing you that the connection between you is never broken, it simply shifted in frequency. While the 3D world insists that silence means being forgotten, the 5D world is shouting the truth, you have never been more connected. What he feels during no contact is exactly that, mental confusion, because his mind says, move on, but his soul is in constant communication with you through these subtle channels most people don't even know exist. Sign 3, the irritating synchronicities. You try with all your strength to forget, to move on, to focus on anything else, and that's exactly when the universe decides to turn your life into a giant billboard with his name on it. The synchronicities become so absurd, so impossible to ignore, they actually start to annoy you. You switch the radio station and your song starts playing, you switch again, and the host says his name, you give up on the radio and turn on the TV, and the movie character has the same name he does. You go to the grocery store to clear your mind and the person in front of you answers the phone saying, "Hey, love," with the exact same tone he used. The license plate in front of you has his initials or his birthday. Sounds crazy? It's not. There's signs from the universe practically begging you not to give up, whispering, "Hey, it's not time to let this go yet, we're preparing the ground." These synchronicities are the cosmic GPS keeping you on the right path. Many people misinterpret them and think the universe is torturing them, when in reality it's the complete opposite, it's confirmation that you're aligned with a greater plan. Imagine you're driving toward an unfamiliar destination and the GPS keeps repeating, "You're on the right route, keep going." That's exactly what synchronicities are, except they show up as repeating numbers, 1111, 2222, names, songs, and places. A friend of mine tried desperately to forget her flame during zero-contact twin flame. She moved to a new city, deleted social media, avoided anything that reminded her of him. On her very first day in the new city, she walked into a random cafe and the barista had his name, and was wearing a shirt from his favorite band. She laughed and cried at the same time because she realized the universe was saying, "You can run geographically, but this connection is beyond the physical world." The key is to shift how you interpret these synchronicities. Instead of feeling pain every time they appear, start thanking each one as if it were a love message from the universe saying, "It's coming, hold on." Write them down in a journal. You'll notice they increase in frequency in the weeks leading up to significant shifts in your dynamic. The universe isn't being cruel, it's your biggest supporter, sending smoke signals into the sky so you don't lose faith when everything on the surface looks lost. Sign 4, the collapse of old structures. When physical reunion is approaching, the universe acts like a relentless architect tearing down old constructions to make space for the new. And believe me, this demolition is anything but subtle. It's dramatic, unsettling, and often feels like punishment. Relationships that served as emotional placeholders, the people you or he got involved with to try to forget the flame, end abruptly with no logical explanation. Stable jobs fall apart overnight, even sudden, unexpected moves to new cities happen as if forced by an invisible hand. It can feel terrifying in the moment, but there's divine intelligence inside this chaos. The ground must be cleared before the new structure can rise, and the universe doesn't wait for you to slowly remove each brick. It sends the bulldozer and wipes everything clean at once, whether you're ready or not. This collapse happens simultaneously in his life and yours, even without contact between you. It's as if both of you are undergoing parallel initiations, a deep energetic cleansing preparing you for a union on a higher frequency. That girl he started dating after you two split? Over. That job keeping him stuck in a distant city? Contract terminated. That circle of friends who reinforced his old patterns? Naturally dissolves. And in your reality, the same pattern appears. That relationship you entered out of loneliness won't last, that toxic friend who made you doubt the connection drifts away on her own. This is how to bring your twin flame back in practical form, not through spells or manipulation, but through vibrational clearing that makes reunion inevitable. The mirror law in relationships reveals its rawest face here. You can't attract someone at a higher level of consciousness if you're still clinging to structures from your old level. So the universe, in its harsh and loving wisdom, helps by releasing those structures from your hands, even if you're gripping them tightly. A real example, one client lost her job, ended a relationship, and had to leave her apartment, all within 3 weeks. She thought she was being punished. 2 months later, she realized she needed to be free of all those anchors to finally rebuild her life alongside her flame, who was going through the exact same cleansing process on the other side of the country. Sign 5, the final test, the temptation to drop your vibration. Right before the finish line, after you've done the inner work, healed old wounds, and reached that long-awaited inner peace, that's exactly when the final test arrives, the cruelest one of all. He might briefly reappear and vanish again, he might send the message you waited months to receive and then disappear for weeks, or a situation might surface that triggers every old insecurity, like seeing him with someone else. It's the universe's last filter asking, did you truly learn the lesson, or did you just memorize it? Because it's easy to stay aligned when nothing is triggering you, maintaining that alignment when your biggest trigger shows up is a completely different story. This test isn't cosmic cruelty, it's quality assurance. The universe knows that if you slip back into energetic chasing at this stage, physical reunion will happen prematurely, and the two of you will repeat the same destructive patterns as before. So it creates a scenario that tests your center, your peace, your self-worth. I remember my own test vividly. After a full year of inner work, he showed up at a party I was attending, greeted me coldly, and walked out with another woman on his arm. Did my chest tighten? Yes. Did I cry at home later? Absolutely. But I didn't chase, didn't send emotional messages, didn't abandon my own peace. 3 days later, he called me in tears saying he couldn't keep pretending he didn't feel anything. The key to passing this test is understanding that it doesn't determine the outcome, it only measures your stability. If you can see him with someone else and, even through the natural pain, hold your inner knowing that it's temporary and part of his process, you passed. If he disappears again and instead of panicking you breathe, stay grounded, and continue focusing on your own life with genuine self-love, you passed. The twin flame runner phase ends for good only when he feels safe returning without encountering the old, desperate version of you, and this final test exists so the universe can be sure you're not just masking your neediness, but have truly transmuted it into wholeness. Now you understand that the physical reunion between twin flames isn't about forcing, manipulating, or using miracle techniques that promise to bring someone back in 3 days. The real reunion is simply the external reflection of a union that has already taken place within you, when you finally become whole, when you stop searching outside for what has always been available inside. The spiritual love code that governs the entire universe is simple and unwavering. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. As long as you are the woman who needs him in order to be happy, you attract the version of him that runs from that need. When you become the fulfilled woman who desires his presence but doesn't depend on it, you attract the version of him that's ready to build something real and lasting by your side. Everything I've shared here isn't abstract theory or shallow positive thinking, it's pure energetic mechanics, tested by thousands of people throughout history and supported by the very quantum physics modern science is only beginning to understand. True spirituality doesn't teach you to sit around waiting, it teaches you to work on yourself with so much love and intention that the external world has no choice but to reorganize itself to reflect your inner transformation. Every synchronicity you receive, every vivid dream, every sudden moment of peace is the universe signaling, keep going, you're on the right path, the reunion is being woven behind the scenes while you do your part. So I want you to leave this video with a clear mission: stop monitoring his life, stop trying to control the timing of the reunion, and start investing all that energy into becoming the highest version of yourself. Strengthen your self-love not as a manipulation tool to get him back, but as a genuine commitment to your own evolution. Cultivate your inner peace, pursue the dreams you left behind, reconnect with what makes you shine regardless of any relationship. Because when you finally understand that you are complete on your own and that he is a divine bonus in your life, not the reason for it, something magical happens. He feels that shift in the energetic field, and the attraction becomes magnetic and inevitable. If this message resonated with you, it's a sign it was meant for you. So give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to keep receiving more spiritual insights delivered with love.